Hey yogis, welcome back. This is your 30-day yoga challenge, and today's day 11. I wanted to focus today on motivation. So many of you are motivated as you are participating in this challenge, and I'd like for you to remember what is driving that motivation. What are some of the reasons that initially sparked your interest in participating in a challenge that brought you to your yoga mat every day for 15 minutes? I also know and understand that, as with any endeavor that is daily over the course of 1 month, after about a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks, we can lose a little bit of that steam, some of that drive. And what I want this practice to encompass is a feeling to kickstart or reignite some of that motivation. So today's practice will be a little bit more dynamic and fiery, but please do take rest as and when you need, and most importantly, just have fun. Let's go ahead and start by standing at the front of our mat. Standing tall at the front part of your mat, feet are placed roughly hips width apart, and take your dominant hand and let it rest directly over your heart space. You can bring the other hand on top, and we'll take a full breath in and exhale slow. With your eyes closed, take a moment and reflect back on what is motivating you to these practices. How do each one of these practices help serve you in your days? How does the practice, if at all, help to serve you in your work, in your personal relationships? What are these practices helping to serve you? And when we can recognize and acknowledge some of those, let's say, results, then that alone can be the motivation to keep us coming back to our mat. Join your palms together. Take a full breath in. Open the mouth. Release your hands, open the eyes, and then circle your arms over your head. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, so you're folding and you're placing your hands to the sides of the feet. Please bend your knees as needed. Draw the top of your head down. And then with your next inhale, draw the chest away from the knees. Look forward. Exhale, stomach in and ribs to the thighs, face to calves. Come to stand up tall, lifting the arms over your head. Inhale, look up. Bring your hands together in prayer position and then release your hands down. Okay, repeat, inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees slightly if it helps to soften the low back. Inhale, draw the chest forward, hold your breath in, and then step your right foot back to plank, and then left foot back to plank. Take an exhalation. Right away, setting up the hands so they're around shoulders distance. Remember that the index fingers here are parallel. And then lower your knees down onto the floor. Lift your chin, lift the tailbone as you move towards cow pose. Exhale, keep your feet and knees hip distance. Just press your buttocks towards the heels in something one of my teachers, Skylar Grant, calls extended child's pose. We're going to inhale, come forward towards tabletop, and then bend your right knee, heel to bum. Lift the thigh and look forward. Exhale, bring your right thigh in towards the stomach. Perhaps tuck the chin, forehead, and knee close. Now lift the chin, look forward, straighten the right leg so it's parallel to the floor, and then place your right foot on the ground, plank. Take your left knee into the abdomen, and then left foot to plank pose. Downward dog. Exhale. Okay, inhaling deep. And then looking to the hands, exhale, right foot forward and then left foot forward, either hands to ground or the front of shins. Find length to the spine, almost parallel to the ground. And then exhale, fold. Stand up tall and reach your arms over your head. Think of bringing the tips of the fingers high into the sky. Bring your hands together in prayer. Bend your knees, push your butt back, and forward fold. Inhale, half lifting, Ardha Uttanasana. And then on the exhale, step the left foot to plank and then your right foot to high plank pose. Pressing through the thumb tips, squeezing the forearms together. Lower your knees onto the ground. Cow pose, draw your tailbone into the air. Lift through the crown of the head. Even feel your belly stretching. Feet and knees stay hip distance, but press back, extended child's pose. Perhaps letting the forehead touch down, but the forearms are lifted. Inhale, tabletop pose, look forward, and then take your left heel high into the sky. Exhale, left thigh in towards the belly, letting the knee come forward towards the nose. Stretch your left leg back so it's parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lower the foot to the ground, and then bring your right thigh into the belly. To plank, and then downward dog. Exhale. And breathing in. And then left foot between the hands, right foot forward, and then lengthening through the spine. Grab the backs of your ankles and forward folds. Take your first two fingers around your thumbs. The first two fingers plus the thumbs around the big toes. Inhale, pull the chest away from the knees. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides and pull the heart towards the legs. Your nose to the space of the calves. And here, imagine the arm strength pulling the crown of your head down while the flesh of your bum moves higher into the air. And then with the next inhalation, look forward. Exhale, bring your hands to the hips, squeezing the elbows lightly together. And then lead with your chest as you come to stand. Stretch your arms over your head. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the sides of the feet. Okay, inhale for length. Plank, step back. Now from your plank position, come forward slightly and then bend your elbows, lowering with control the whole of your body to the floor. Once it lands, come to tops of the feet and then cobra. Go wide through your chest and then stay lifted, but think of the tops of the shoulders moving away from the earlobes so sides of the neck are long. Downward dog, do exhale. Okay, look to the space of the hands. Let's place the right foot forward. Lower your back knee to the floor and then stretch your arms over your head. We're going to bend the elbows and bring them along sides of the ribs. So your elbows are around 90 degrees, but also turn your palms to face up. Now I want you to move the elbows away from the rib cage, just to get a sense of what I actually don't want you to do. And then firm the upper arms towards the sides of the ribs as though you were holding a pair of socks between the upper arm and the rib cage. Now keep squeezing in through the elbows, but drive your thumbs to the sides. See how much you can move the thumbs away from each other. And then reach your arms over your head, looking up. We're gonna bring the hands to the floor. Watch, reach back or listen. Straighten the right leg like a curtsy, Ardha Hanuman. And then hands to the floor, downward dog. Exhale. Okay, look forward to the space of your hands. Left foot steps forward. Right knee meets the mat, and then we inhale, lift the arms. At the top, the palms face each other. But as you bend your elbows to the sides, your palms end up facing the sky. Again, for a moment, just move your elbows away from the ribs, and then exhale, firm them in tight. Keep the upper arms close to the sides of the rib cage. Inhale, and with your exhale, draw the thumbs to the sides. So right thumb to the right, left thumb to the left, but keep hugging the inner elbows to the rib cage. Stretch the arms over the head. Inhale, looking up. And then as you exhale, your arms go forward and then you reach them back. Hips go back as your front leg straightens, maybe dorsiflex the left ankle. Then hands come to frame the left foot, downward dog. Exhale. Bring your heels high and move to plank. Inhale, lowering slowly to the floor. Inhale, cobra, open through your chest. Hold here, get the collarbones wider, and then downward dog with your exhale, breath. Okay, right leg reaches into the air, inhale, and then exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Kick back and up through your right leg, inhale, and then stay there in three-leg dog, look forward, exhale. Bend your left elbow. Can you bend it until the left forearm touches the floor, but look at it, keep it roughly parallel to the side of the mat. And with your right fingertips, can you move it to the same line as your left elbow? Square the hips, keep squeezing the inner right thigh in, and then look forward, bring your right hand back to where it was, straighten the left arm, and then right knee to the nose, step forward with your foot, and we're gonna turn the back heel down and open up into warrior two pose. Now reach forward through your right arm, bring the elbow just to the inside of your right knee, and then your left hand comes directly on top of the right palm. Now actively press the hands together, but think of the right arm working harder, trying to push the left hand into the sky so that your right bicep starts to engage or contract a little bit more. Now bring your right hand to the floor, left arm into the sky, opening through the chest much like a twist, and then left hand down, right hand outside of the foot, plank. Exhale, stay. And breathe in. And then lower all the way to the floor, or maybe stop about halfway down. Inhale, opening through the chest, either with straight arms, upward dog, or cobra. Downward facing dog with your exhalation. Stay as you are. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to lift that left leg in the air. Breathe in. And then the thighs coming forward to the belly. Reach back and up through the left leg. Inhale. Now keep your leg lifted and straight. Exhale, look forward and start bending your right arm. Bringing the elbow to the mat, forearm roughly parallel to the floor. And if you can, slide the left fingertips in line with the right elbow. Notice how the left hip opens slightly, so wrap it down, squeeze the inner thighs in, and try to get the whole of your upper body to push back. Look forward, replace the left hand where it was, straighten the right elbow, and then draw the knee forward to the chest as you step forward with your left foot. Back heel down, warrior two to rise. Inhale, left arm reaches out in front of you. We take the left elbow just along the inside of the knee, and with our right palm, press against the left. Strongly push both of the palms into each other, but create more force through your bottom arm so as to contract your left bicep even more. Left hand to the floor, right arm in the air, looking up if you can, opening through the chest. And then with both hands to the mat, plank, step it back. Inhaling, stay connected with your breath. Exhale, lower halfway or to the floor. Cobra with bent elbows or upward dog with them straight. Whatever you do, chest is wide. Downward dog. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Come down onto the knees and then lower your forearms down onto the floor. Now have your palms facing one another. You can join the palms together, but look at your elbows and keep them roughly shoulders distance apart. Okay, maybe a bit narrower, but definitely not wider. At least strive to keep them at this width. We can keep the palms squeezing or interlock the fingers together. We're going to tuck the toes under and then lift the knees and push back through the thighs Like down dog, except we're on the forearms, so we call this dolphin pose. Squeeze the palms together. Now think of the bellies of the forearms hugging in, and if you notice through your peripheral vision that the shoulders are going past the elbows, bend your knees and draw the chest back more. Some of you might be able to walk the feet about half of a step forward, maybe 1 or 2 full steps, but keep squeezing the palms, bellies of the forearms in, and drawing the chest back. Take one more breath in, hug the abdomen to the spine, and then lower your knees gently to the floor. As you come towards a child's pose, sliding the arms alongside your body. Breathing in and breathing out. And then hands onto your mat next to the knees. Lift your head and sit up. We're going to bring both of our feet out in front of us. And then bend your right knee so the foot is flat on the floor. We're going to take our left arm and wrap it around the leg, right hand behind the back, opening the chest twist. Can you release your right hand and stretch it to the wall space behind? And then with your left hand, grab the outside of the right foot, make your right leg straight, lean slightly back, and see if you can float the left heel up. Untwist, straighten the right leg, left knee hugging in. Right arm wraps around the left leg, left hand on the floor. Press down and twist. Our left arm can stretch back, so trying to get it almost in line with the floor. And then as your left foot starts to become a little lighter, let the right hand grab the outer edge, stretch through the back of the knee, even if the leg stays bent, lean slightly back and see if your right leg can float. And then releasing, untwisting, and then with a slight bend of the knees, take your arms over your head, inhale. Exhale, fold and grab the edges of your feet. Walk the buttock bones back one at a time. And then inhale, find more length. Draw up through the armpits. Armpits moving away from the tops of the hips. Exhale, bend your arms. Some of you might be able to straighten the legs completely. Some of you might need to keep the knees slightly bent. Really connect the front of abdomen towards the front of thighs. Take one more breath here. And then releasing your feet as you sit up tall. Let your legs cross. And then have your hands resting comfortably on your knees. Maybe it's the forearms or elbows resting on the knees. But sit tall and close your eyes. Let's end this practice in honor of each and every one of you for the motivation to continue showing up. I thank you all. See you tomorrow. Namaste.